So today on Cooking on the Fly, I have a special request for some recipes with eggs. You know who you are. This is for you. I'm going to do 5 days of deviled eggs. So I'm going to be making things simultaneously. I have 5 different recipes that I've come up with here. We're going to do Greek, buffalo chicken, taco, tuna, and avocado bacon. So let's see how they turn out. Well, if you guessed that I just went to the grocery store, you might be right. But these are all the ingredients I'm going to need for the deviled eggs. The first thing I'm going to do, I got the granddaddy pot out here. Since I have a lot of eggs to cook, I filled it with some filtered water, just enough to cover the eggs. So I'm going to start cooking those first. I'm going to take my eggs and I'm going to put them in the pot. So I'm going to boil this water and let these cook. I'm going to put the lid on. So now I'm going to show you what I have here. I have some lamb stew meat. Now I prefer to use ground lamb, but this is what they had. I'm going to use prosciutto instead of bacon. Ground beef that was left over, and a piece of chicken that was left over. Got my tuna. We have some cheese. Now I've never tried this cheese, but I've heard it's really salty, so that sold me on it. I have blue cheese crumbles, goat cheese crumbles. I have some ranch dip. Now you can use ranch dressing or ranch seasoning, but I think this will taste a lot better. Sour cream, Greek yogurt, an avocado, lime, cucumber, Roma tomato. Now I have this sad mix of vegetables that is on its way out, so I need to use these up. Got some red onion, some green onion, but we'll try to use those up. Got some fresh dill and some cilantro. I also have avocado oil mayonnaise, some spices. We have garlic salt, cumin, paprika, got some Dijon mustard, and some buffalo hot sauce. So the chicken and the ground beef are leftovers, and this is a meal prep, so I won't be eating this right away. So I will need to cook the lamb and the prosciutto. So I'll do that while the eggs are cooking. Got my pan ready here. Gonna pour some avocado oil in there. Now I won't need all of this lamb, so I'll have some nice leftovers if I want to make a gyro salad or something like that. Or if I just want to cook it with some carrots and Brussels sprouts. Just going to cook this up until it turns brown. Our eggs are all steamy. They're not quite boiling yet. While those are cooking, I'm going to dice up some cucumber. I'm gonna put some rosemary on here. Some salt and pepper. Ooh, that's starting to smell good. Our eggs are boiling here. I want to make sure they're done, so I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. So if you're going to make this many different dishes at once, it'd be great to have kids help you with this. It could be an activity you could do with your kids. So I'm going to scramble to get this done. It's a lot of work. Okay, my timer just went off for the eggs, so I'm going to turn off the heat. And I'm going to let these continue to cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. Moving right along, you can see the meat is done. I'm going to put those in this bowl here. Now we're going to let this rest while we cook the prosciutto. Okay, here we go. Just going to cook this right in the same pan. The goal is to get the meat cooked up and ready. While that's cooking, I'm going to slice up this tomato. We're going to need this for a couple of different meals. We're going to use this for the taco and the Greek. Going to put these in a bowl. I'm just going to stack it right on top of that one. Make sure you keep an eye on this. We want it nice and crispy, but we don't want it to burn. It's easy to forget while you're doing something else. Okay, that looks done. And that one. We want them to be nice and crispy. I'm going to cut my lime in half. Maybe I'll cut it into wedges. I'm going to put that aside here. Okay, there's our prosciutto. Here I'm going to cut some onion. I'm going to add this to my stack. Now we got some sad looking green onions. This is the last day for these. They've been in my fridge for about 4 days, so I'm going to chop these up. This part's not looking so good, so I'm not going to use that. It's in another bowl. Okay, I'll add that to my stack. Now I'm going to cut my chicken. I'm going to cut this as small as possible. Now you might have better ways to chop this stuff in your kitchen. My kitchen is very old school. I don't have any fancy kitchen appliances. I do everything old school, so this chicken was already cooked, so it already is seasoned with salt and pepper. Now I'm making 2 dozen eggs, so this would be a great appetizer if you're having a gathering at your house. You'd have different kinds of eggs for people to sample. I'm going to take my chicken, I'm going to put it back in the container that I got it from. Now, avocado. Oh, look at that. That was easy. So we're going to mash this up. I hope I'm doing this right. Got a bowl for this. Now I don't normally use plastic bowls, but this dish takes a lot of bowls, so I would never put anything hot in a plastic bowl, ever. These microplastics will leach into your food if you put something hot in here. I'm going to add that to our stack. The next thing I'm going to do is cut this cheese. I've never tried this cheese before. I'm going to snitch a little piece. Just going to cut this up into little chunks. Remember, we're doing eggs, so everything's going to be chopped small. I'm going to put this on a plate in case I need to cut something else up. We will add this to our stack. And now what we're going to do next is peel all of the eggs. I'm going to pour some cold filtered water over these eggs just to cool them off. Now this part's hollow, so you could just tap it and then peel. Now if you do this under running water, they peel a lot nicer, but I don't want to use tap water. If you watched my other video on the shocking things about your water, you'll know why. So I got some eggs peeled. Some of them aren't pretty, but that's what happens after they start to cool. So now I'm going to cut these eggs in half. So I got a bowl here. We're going to start with the Greek eggs first. Now I have my Greek yogurt. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in this bowl here. I'm going to take half of my tomatoes and cucumbers. So I'm going to take the yolks and put them in here. This is what we have. I'm going to mix this up. Now I'm going to fill these up. Got my pan here. I'm just going to put them in here. Got my meat here. Goat cheese. Now I got my dill. I'm going to cut some off. We're going to spritz some dill on here as a garnish. And there we have that. Now I'm going to cut these. I'm going to put the yolks in here. I'm going to mash up these egg yolks. Now I'm going to take my ranch, put a big heaping tablespoon, maybe 2 in there. A little bit of garlic salt. Gonna take my buffalo sauce. Put some in there. Stir this up. And now I'm gonna put the chicken in there. And we're gonna fill up these egg whites. Back to our pan. Gonna put these in there next. Now we're gonna take our blue cheese crumbles. Now I have already cut these eggs in half. Gonna put the yolks in my bowl. Mash these up. Gonna put a little spoonful of mayo in here. And my avocado. Got my ranch. I'm gonna stir this up. So I put my eggs in here. I'm gonna fill them up and hope I don't make too much of a mess. Now I'm gonna take my prosciutto and I'm gonna cut it up. Look at that. I don't have a lot of room in my pan, so I got these. So I'm going to take my egg yolks. And some sour cream. And my cumin. Mix this up. Gonna take my ground beef, pour some in here. Gonna put my eggs in here. Fill this up. Now I have my tomatoes and onions. I'm going to pour the onions in here with the tomatoes. Got some cumin. Some garlic powder. I'm going to squeeze some fresh lime. And I'm going to stir this up. I am going to use the green onion on the buffalo chicken. Since I have cut it up. And the taco eggs I'm going to garnish with some cilantro here. I'm also going to garnish these with some Mexican cheese. So we got the Greek, the buffalo chicken, the avocado prosciutto, and the taco eggs. Now, I don't have room in my pan for the tuna, so I'm going to make those at a later time, and then I'm going to come back and show you that. So right now we have 4 days of eggs waiting for that 5th day, but right now my pan is full and I have somewhere to be, so I will tune back in later. Look at that. So here we go. This is going to be a really great appetizer. So today is all about eggs. We got deviled eggs by request. We have taco, avocado prosciutto, buffalo chicken, and Greek. Okay, as promised, we're going to finish up those eggs. We're going to make the tuna. Now, my friend and I already ate the other deviled eggs, and we just couldn't decide which one was our favorite. So if you make these eggs, drop a comment, let me know which one was the favorite. We're still trying to figure it out. Now, I've already got my eggs cut in half. So I'm going to dump the yolks in my bowl. As you can see, I still have some yolks left from the last batch that I made. So let's get to the tuna. Now I have mixed the tuna and the smashed egg yolks in and the mayonnaise in here. Sorry about that, I had a little video trouble. I'm going to put a little squirt of Dijon mustard in here. Good. So I filled up my pan again. Now we have Greek, buffalo chicken, taco, and prosciutto avocado. These are left over from before. We ate the whole pan of these. So I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to fill these up. Now I'm going to garnish these with some green onions. Got my paprika. And some fresh dill. And there we have it. Greek, buffalo chicken, taco, prosciutto avocado, and tuna. Now these are going to go in the fridge, and I'm going to use these to make an egg salad. I'll smash these up and I'll mix some mayonnaise in here and some onions, and it'll be good to go. Maybe a little sprig of dill. Now if you make these for your next gathering, you'll be the star. Believe me, everybody loves deviled eggs.